This is Chris Harris with Video Insight, and today we're going to talk about facility map creation in the Video Insight VI Monitor. I do want to point out, however, before we start this, that only users who have administrative access have the ability to create these facility maps. If you are a non-administrative user, you will not be able to see these menu structures. So here I am logged into my Video Insight VI Monitor. I'm going to navigate to the Administration tab on the ribbon, and then underneath my icons of the Administration tab, I'm going to go ahead and select Facility Maps. Now for our purposes here, I'm going to click this little caret over here and hide the menu and see everything full screen. I may come in here under my Maps section, hit the plus sign, and add a new map. As I add a new map, I give the map a name. This is going to be my location or some sort of name that's going to be best fit for the user. I can associate and save it to a specific server's database. Note that just because I save it to a server does not restrict that map to having cameras only from that server. I have the ability to create a map that is multi-server in its cameras. I'm also going to come over here to the load button, which allows me to load my map. Maps must be in the format of JPEG, bitmap, GIF, or PNG. So here I'm going to go ahead and load my map. Here's my image. If you would like, you do have the ability to resize it all the way down to a custom image, so you can resize for whatever resolution you would like. For our purposes, I'm going to leave it at original size. I can also change the font, font size, font color, and then whether or not it's bold, italics, or underlined for any of the items that I place onto my map. Now, to add items to my map. Here, I have under Add Items, the first thing that comes up is cameras. I have the ability now to come in, basically highlight any one of my cameras, and see a live preview for that camera. I can now left-click, drag, and drop this camera onto the map. As I do so, the little orange indicator shows up, allowing me to click and drag and move that to give me an indication of direction and rough range as to where this camera is going to be viewed. If I don't like where this camera is placed, I can left-click it, drag it, and replace it somewhere else. If I would like to remove this camera from the map, all I have to do is right-click on the icon and go to Delete. This will remove the camera from the map and allow me to re-click and drag it as the case may be. I may continually doing that for as many cameras as I would please. Note, as we can see down here, I have cameras from multiple servers that can be clicked and dragged and placed onto my map. Underneath the cameras is Views. Views allows me to take any custom created layouts and place those onto my map as well. Maps will allow me to drag maps onto my map, thus creating some sort of nesting for my maps. So I could have a state nested into a city, then nested into a location to show my cameras. Same thing, I just click, drag, and drop onto the place. I can also right-click and delete as was before. Doors will allow me click and drag doors. These doors are going to be with the two-way integration with an access control product. So these are going to be doors that I integrate into the product from another third-party access control vendor. I can place these on the map and have those be a clickable object as well. Alarms are going to be individual pieces from an from an integration we have called audio enhancements. These will allow me to place the alarms on the map and then get pop-ups or individual alarm signals when one of those alarms is triggered. Regions allows me to click and drag a region to either switch to another facility map, represent a camera, switch to a view, or switch to an alarm, dependent on what I want it to do. And then I can come in and click and drag and make that region. The last piece is going to be buttons. Buttons are going to be individual pieces of the rules manager that I can go in and create. Once the button is created, there'll be some sort of action associated with it. I can also click and drag and drop this button onto my screen. Now, when this button is clicked on the facility map level, whatever action that is associated with that rule will take place. Keep in mind, as you create this facility map, any of your users who log in and have access to this facility map We'll be able to come in and view any of these things, all the way from the cameras all the way down to these buttons, based on what rules or what permissions they have based on their user. Once my map is created, I just come in over here to the top right hand corner, click save, and then I now have a brand new facility map.